Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Virgo for the rest of November. Now, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we'll be taking a look at this mid-November update. Of course, the timeline on this reading will be from now until the end of November. And do hope the month has been treating you well so far. With that said, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right. All right, that Lover's card has been coming in for just about everyone. Pretty far into the reading so far for all the signs. But, all right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so the Eight of Pentacles is always a welcome card in the tarot. You can see this person here is on the bench. They are hammering away here at their latest project. Their other projects are here up on the post. They've already completed these projects. There's one more to go. The sun is set at this point, right? We're moving into darkness here as we're moving into the nighttime here as we look at this card. And the idea is that no matter the time of day, this person is hardworking and dedicated to complete a task. Okay? And generally, this also refers to talent as well in the tarot, as this person is very skilled at making these projects, which are represented by pentacles in this card. So when you see this, it can mean that you are leaning in on your hard work and dedication in the workplace or in some other area of life. This is a good card for promotion in the tarot, for progress being made as well in the tarot. And generally, things in your career life, are looking good due to your hard work and dedication towards something, And so I love to see this for you here with the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. Now, as I look at this reading here, you have a pretty good reading. There are some challenging spots, but it's overall very good. You have mostly positive cards here. And what I will say is I think that there is a question of dedication for you right now. Okay, you have two major love cards in the tarot, the Lovers and the Two of Cups. And then you also have some good money messages here, career messages here. I would say money more so, messages here as well. So this is going to be a reading where I try to bring in messages for both. But I think right now, some of you you're looking at the question of dedication. You're questioning your dedication, or you're asking yourself about this idea of dedication, okay? And in the middle, let's go ahead and dive in here. In the middle, you see this Ten of Swords, all right? This person is defeated, all right? This represents an ending in life. Okay, now this is one of these cards that people get afraid of, okay? But really this means the door is shut on something, okay? It doesn't need to be anything more than that, okay? Something's completely done, dead, over with, And I always like to say that if you reverse this Ten of Swords and you see the swords are falling out of this person. And so it's not just about an ending when you get the Ten of Swords, it's about releasing as well. It's about releasing something in your life that you probably didn't want to be carrying with you anyway. I think a good word for the Ten of Swords can be acceptance, moving into acceptance, accepting that that situation is over. It's done. It's gone. It won't come back, right? That is the idea of the Ten of Swords. And if you can move into acceptance, then you can move on towards building a path for yourself that you want to be walking down, or a future for yourself that you can be proud of, or so forth and so on, right? Acceptance is it's a really hard thing. And what's for sure is that you have 3 tens, okay? You have 3 tens. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. What is for sure is that there is an ending. What is certain, I should say, is probably a better way of saying that. What is certain is that there is an ending here showing up in the cards for you. Okay, a completion in some area of your life. So, some of the things that can be coming to mind here are like a relationship may be ending for you. It may be coming to a completion. And there may be some like money that's associated with that, right? So like separation of assets, all of these sorts of things, alimony, all of this stuff, right? Like this, this may be a theme for some people here, Virgo. Another thing is like, am I so dedicated to a career or a job and they're not reciprocating in any way? Like, are you not feeling wanted? Are you not feeling heard? Are you not feeling seen in the workplace? Because you clearly do not have an issue with hard work. You have two cards here, actually three. Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles that really, speak to somebody who's hardworking in nature. So for you, it's like, you may be asking yourself, okay, is it worth dedicating myself to this job any longer? In the first column, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a really good column of cards. This is a really good three-card combination here. The Ten of Pentacles is like family money. It is generational wealth, generational money, building a legacy, leaving a legacy, building an empire, these sorts of things, right? You can actually see the money being passed through the generations here. Here's the grandfather, the children, the grandchildren on the card. There are dogs there. They're in their family estates, right? So it's like the highest form of the vibration of money and abundance in the tarot, when you get the Ten of Pentacles card. It's a very good card of abundance. And it can also say that you've achieved some significant goal financially. Maybe some of you are headed for retirement already, or you're finally there. It depends on your situation. And that would make a lot of sense to me as I look at this three-card combination here of the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles. Some of you may be like, that might be around the corner for you, or maybe, you may be walking into that right now. As you are looking at an ending here with the Ten of Swords, something is fading, not even fading out. Something's done. The door is shut. Others here, maybe you're not at retirement age, and that's there's definitely a message here for you, which is like, you have this Star card, right, which is major wish fulfillment. And, this is met with some significant financial goal that you've set for yourself, Maybe this is buying your first home. I associate the Ten of Pentacles as a real estate card. There are a number of real estate cards. Ten of Pentacles is one of them. There's real estate in the background here, in the cards. You have some wish that you've set for yourself here, and it's connected to money. It's connected to long-term money as well, okay, as you have the Ten of Pentacles. This isn't just a quick gain. This is long-term money. And there is a result here. There is a result here connected to that with the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, it represents results finally coming in. Usually of a financial nature, but it can just mean results generally in life, finally coming in. A key word here is that you've worked hard for this with the Knight of Pentacles. Nothing is handed to the Knight of Pentacles. They're the first person to arrive, the last person to leave. That's the idea. This can even be about like taking profit on something. So maybe there is a sale going on here as well. That's in the picture. We're going to get more details on this, but this is a very good start to the reading here. In the middle here, you have the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Wands. So with the Lovers, this does represent an important choice in life. I've talked about this. This can be an important choice in life. It can be a significant relationship as well. We'll see if this reading gets age restricted with the Star and the Lovers. YouTube's been changing up their policy recently. Anyway, I'll let you know. Anyway, I guess historical art is not appropriate for all ages. I digress. On to your reading here, Virgo. So there is some sort of like important choice that you have to make here. And, you know, I get a sense here that I'm talking to and I'm looking at, in my mind, a really hardworking Virgo. You know, a really hardworking Virgo. Um, Somebody who never takes life for granted, you know, somebody who, you know, shows up every day, you know, puts in the work, puts in the effort, puts in the energy. And some of you are currently, despite all of that, being met with resistance. Okay? The Five of Wands is a card of battles. Battles in life that we inevitably all at some point in our lives have to deal with, right? There's been nobody on earth who has not had at least one battle in life, you know? And here it is. That is the idea of the Five of Wands. And so there may be a conflict here that some of you are kind of in the middle of. And just know that you have all the tools, right? You have all the tools. You can see it in the Eight of Pentacles card. They're holding that mallet. You have all the tools at your disposal to work through this battle, to work through this resistance. Okay? I'm also seeing an L shape here. Okay? And let me explain why this, it's actually upside down, right? It's upside down. It's because, like, look at this, right? This column and this upper row. That would make an upside down L. Am I right? And I'm wondering if some of you are wrestling with the idea of L loss. Right? Loss. Right now. With the Ten of Swords and this Five of Wands. Could it be the loss of a loved one? Could it be the loss of a relationship? Could it be the loss of a job? Some of you are wrestling with this. Okay? Maybe this isn't something that you've experienced before or you're used to. But the universe, God, whatever you put meaning into, has a way of rewarding people like you, Virgo, who show up every day and work hard and don't take life for granted. So while you may be in the trenches now, you know, while you may be going through something now, it is my personal belief, and I've seen it time and time again, that the universe or God truly rewards people like you in your position. You know? So it's something that you can keep in the back of your mind. It's something that you can keep with you so that you do not lose sight on the end goal, right, for yourself. In the final column, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. And I said Two of Pentacles is actually the Two of Cups, sorry. That's the Two of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so Two of Cups is a significant partnership in life. Usually a really deep soul connection that you have with another romantic partner, especially as it's next to the Lover's card. Okay? And I definitely, it would not, there's some completion or ending that's happening there. Now, if your relationship's in a really good place, like your marriage or your relationship's in a good place, like, and there's no fear of you losing that person or that separation, that's not the message for you. There's something else that's going on here, okay, that you're working through. But there are a group of you here that, somebody is leaving. Okay, somebody's leaving. It's the end. Final nail in the coffin with the Ten of Swords, final straw. There have been some battles here with the Five of Wands that you've been sort of working through. And the Ten of Wands, some of you may be at this point with this person that it's like you've been bearing too much responsibility in this situation. Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands person has a lot of responsibility on their back. So, and then the Knight of Swords is, striking while the iron is hot or taking some quick action in life. Why don't we go ahead and get some details on all of this here? So we're going to move into the clarifications portion of this reading. I'll start off by pulling some oracle cards for you, and then we'll also pull some tarot cards as well. Okay. All right. Energy on the bottom, you have Seer. See beyond the current situation. All right, doing a little bit of a deep dive here in the words between the words, as you have the meaning between the meaning, as you have the seer, right? Seeing beyond the current situation. And also, I do think like that idea of like keeping the end game in mind, is also important for you at this time. You have Water Guardian, connect with your emotions, Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul, as well as Sun, enjoy success and happiness. Okay. You always like to see a sun card in any reading in any form. Sun is total positivity and happiness. Let's see what else we have. You have Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. You have Spring, see your seeds grow, as well as Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Okay. Let's see here. With make plans and focus, I think that definitely is a call to, staying the course despite you maybe experiencing a new type of battle, a battle you've never experienced before, staying the course here. And yeah, I just keep that in your back pocket, so to speak. This idea that the universe has a way of rewarding people like you, that work hard, that show up every day. Like it may just, at the very least, if nothing else, bring comfort. And there's value in that. So let's go ahead and Virgo, let's get into the rest of the clarifications. I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. Okay. You have the Page of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Three of Swords. All right. The Three of Swords here is definitely a curveball for me. You get the idea of the Three of Swords, right? It's raining. The swords are through the heart. This represents a period of time where you're just a bit heartbroken. You're heartbroken. That you may be facing separation. The reason I say it's surprising is I'm not surprised to see this in the context of the love messages here, because I do see that that's on the table. I am surprised that in the context that I do see a result that's coming in. Okay? But this is why we clarify here. But, I did see a really positive result coming in here. And with that Three of Swords, what this may suggest is that you are faced with, you're faced with a difficult kind of like fork in the road now. With the Lovers here, with the Three of Swords, the result's coming in, but there's an attachment that comes with that, right? There's something that's coming along with that. Okay, it's like giving something up to get something else. And that may put you in a position, a precarious position. That may put you in a tough position, as you did indeed get the result. Yeah, but it's not exactly stress-free, we shall say. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Star, again, this could be you, Virgo, showing up here, the Queen of Pentacles card. And, the Queen of Pentacles is really just somebody who's hardworking and dedicated. This is, somebody who has really healthy habits and solid routines. And they are abundant as well, as you see the fruits here around the Queen of Pentacles. They're holding the pentacle in their hand, and their abundance, again, is derived from their habits and their routines in life. So this is like a really big, I think, component to the Virgos that I'm talking to right now. It's all over the board. And like, if that is you, this is kind of your secret weapon, your special sauce, and try not to lose ground in that area. Like, try not to lose yourself, in this process, or lose sight of that. You have this Page of Cups. This is some type of happy offer in your life. Generally a very good card, but let's see what else we have. You have the Two of Cups again. Wow. That upper row here is just, yeah. You have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Hanged Man. So, I said there's an L formation here. It's an upside down L. That is reminding me of the word loss. Okay? And Two of Pentacles, Ten of Swords is a combination. I'm just being totally straight up with you, honest. It is a combination, as I try to be honest in every reading. It is a combination of loss in like a financial context. Okay, so how does this look like how could this look for you in a reading like this? Well, it could mean that when you're going through a separation with someone, that you are needing to divide assets up, and you are realizing or staring down some sort of loss in that process. Like, you take the house, I'm taking the kids with me. Like, you're happy the kids are with you, but you are losing the house. You know what I'm saying? Something like this, right? I'm just giving you an example as to what this could be, right? With that Two of Pentacles there, the Ten of Swords. The Two of Cups, this is really highlighting that it could be a loss within a really, really significant relationship that you've experienced, And the other thing here is that the cards are suggesting with the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands that this battle, it can't go on forever. It just can't. This Hanged Man, it represents hanging on to something or holding on to something. And I think that this is why at the beginning of this reading I talked about how the word acceptance is like really powerful. When you look at the Ten of Swords. Can you accept defeat knowing that you tried the best that you could? Or just accept the result, And maybe, this doesn't completely resonate with your scenario. But at times, like, we are wrong, At times in life we are wrong. And it sometimes is really hard to accept that. And I just wonder if some of you are needing to sort of bite the bullet here so that you can move forward with something. It got a little deep there, but I see that here with the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands. You have the Four of Pentacles, you have the Justice card, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles here, this is definitely a card that I love in the tarot. This is basically the opposite of what I've been talking about, which is like, it is luxury in life, it is financial independence, okay? So basically, as I look at this, key phrase with the Nine of Pentacles is financial independence. As I look at this here with that Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, like, I see that you can sustain yourself through any loss that you may be experiencing at this time. And if that's not immediately clear, the cards are suggesting that there could be rebuilt. You could rebuild this, okay? Regrowth or like rebuilding, like this is very possible. I will say like an action and a decision needs to be made here. It does. It needs to be made here with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Lovers. Yeah, there's some decision making on the table. Okay, now with the Justice card, this can be referring to the law. It can be referring to quite literally justice, which I think is probably something that some of you are dealing with here, and also balance. If some of you, if you're not dealing with the law right now, with the Justice card and the Ten of Wands, like, that's a combination I see many times where when, some people need to achieve or strike a work-life balance, So that's food for thought as well. If you can find some time, I know it's not in your nature as I'm like reading for somebody who's really hardworking or for a group of people who are really hardworking. Yeah. Now with the Four of Pentacles, yes, this is look, you have stability here. Okay, so like if there's a loss, the cards really want to reassure you, so to speak, that this can be rebuilt, or you can withhold or withstand anything right now. You have the Chariot on the bottom as well, which is victory. So, I think you'll have to see how the cards play out, so to speak, in your life, whether or not this loss that I'm seeing in this pattern is actually true or not, and how that's actually going to, maybe it's a W, who knows, right? Maybe it's a win and not an L, a W, not an L, but, we'll see. you have, let's go ahead and move into the Kipper cards here for you. Yeah, you have wealthy man. That's about investments. You have great fortune. I like that. Occupation. Wow. That's some of my favorite cards. You have journey, main male, and courtship. All right. Well, Virgo, if you have ever considered self-employment, maybe that L is you're losing a job. If I'm accurately predicting this. If you have ever considered self-employment, this is the combination you want. Great fortune, occupation. This indicates great success through self-employment. This person's doing DIY work, right? So that is a symbol for self-employment in this Oracle deck. Okay, and combined with the Great Fortune card, it says that you could do very, very well for yourself, especially that you have wealthy man there, right? So this person's at the end of a successful trading day. I associate with it with investments, but obviously the term is wealthy man, right? So if you have ever at all considered going solo, going on your own, this is a great combination for you here. I do see that. Let's actually get gift and despair. I feel like some of you are looking for like a lifeline, and the universe might just ring for you. You might just end up picking that phone, getting that phone call, so to speak, from the universe here, because I do see that there's one person here that you are in the middle of a battle with. You can see the not hiring sign on this despair card. I do think that some of you are experiencing loss or changes in work, and others it's in love. So this is what I have for you. What do we have on the bottom here? You have the high honor card. Yeah, not surprised. It means you're well respected, in the workplace and what you do for your career. Not surprised to see that. You probably have great references. So Virgo, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.